You're not going to have any sales if you don't try. Hey everyone, how's it going? You're riding to work with Kenny. And I actually thought of this the other day, and I haven't made a video until just now. What am I talking about? This goes for any kind of business. If you have like a mom and pop, like say, flower shop, unless you open up your doors, you're not going to have any business, right? If you have a repair shop, you're not going to make any sales unless you open up your doors. If you're a door-to-door salesman and you never leave your house, how are you going to have any sales, right? When you have a business, the only way to get sales is to, attract the sales to you, attract business to you, attract customers to you. So certain businesses out there require that you go and visit certain places. Like if you're a mobile technician who fixes cars, obviously if you never leave your driveway, you're not going to have any business, right? If you do appliance repairs, if you don't show up, you're not going to have any business. So what am I talking about? Well, in my industry, in a repair shop as a mechanic, we get tool trucks that show up. And, you have your Snap-on tools, your Matco tools, your USA tools is another one, Cornwell tools. There's a few of them out there. And there's a company called MAC, M-A-C. In fact, these people. You've heard me talk about how I don't use them anymore because you can never get them to honor any kind of warranty that they have. In order to warranty their stuff, I'd have to mail it in, and then I'd have to pay for shipping both ways, even if it's warranted. Like, really? What? Yeah. So why would I buy from them if they don't show up? This all stems back from 20 plus years ago at the dealership. And we had a guy named Mark who used to come there. He was the Mac guy. And he always seemed busy every time he showed up. When I first started there was like 10, 11 guys, and then eventually it was like 18 plus guys that would go out to his truck. I mean, obviously not everyone would go out every single time. But he made sales. And then, tool guys, if you don't know this, they usually show up once a week. So, usually like clockwork, they're there at, Mondays, first thing in the morning, or, Wednesdays, just after lunch, or whatever their time frame is. And they're usually pretty consistent about showing up that same time every single time. So all of a sudden, he shows up instead of once a week, he'll show up once every 2 weeks. Then it's like once every 3 weeks. And suddenly he just stops showing up. And like at first you don't really notice it, you don't really pay attention to it. But then when you start breaking stuff, which does happen, it's like, hey, where the heck is the Mac tool guy? Where has he been? So I call him up. Hey, Mark, I got some broken stuff. Okay, yeah, I'll be by next week. Okay. You don't think about it. He doesn't show up. What the heck? Call him again. Mark, what's going on? Well, I'm not going to be stopping by there anymore. I don't make enough sales there. You don't make enough sales? Really? Because I tell you what, now the Snap-on guy is killing it. Now the Matco tool guy is killing it because they lost you as competition. Yeah, I just don't make enough going there. I don't understand the logic behind that. So I wound up, having a few broken things, and then I had to hunt him down where he was so I could meet him on his truck and give him his stuff. So this means I got to take time out of work and everything else to do this. So then eventually it gets to a point where it's like, that's not worth it to me to do that. So I just started throwing my Mac tools out when they broke. I actually gave a lot of my stuff to this one guy who had a Mac tool friend. And he would get them exchanged for me. And basically what happened was he convinced that guy to stop at our shop. And that guy was like, he goes, I really shouldn't be doing this. This is not my route. I could get in trouble for this. Okay, yeah, well, we're not going to say nothing. We don't care. Well, apparently, now this is going on 10 years of the Mac guy never showing up. So then, I guess Mark happened to see the other guy there one day, because, you can't miss a big giant Mac tool truck in front of a dealership. So I guess he saw it there and realized that guy's going there and getting sales. So he calls up Mac Tools and complains about it. So the guy's like, I'm not allowed to stop there. I can get in trouble with my franchise. Okay, all right, whatever. You think Mark came by? Nope, never bothered. So then, eventually I just gave up on it. Moved to the body shop where I ran my buddy's body shop for a period of time. And same thing happened there. I shouldn't say same thing. We had no Mac tool guy. We had a Matco guy, a USA tool guy, and a Snap-on guy that would show up. Now, it was only John, myself, and an occasional helper there. And the occasional helper never went on the trucks. So the other guys would show up just to handle me, pretty much, or John. And we bought stuff from them. Now, yes, I know the prices are at a premium, but, it's also the service, too. You got to look at it that way. Do you need Snap-on tools if you're starting out in this business? Absolutely not. Do they make a better quality tool? In my opinion, most of the tools, yes. However, I will say the Icon series from Harbor Freight is amazing, and I would have probably been purchasing a whole lot more of that stuff if I wasn't coming towards, the later part of my career, where I don't really need to buy much of anything anymore. Anyway, so one day I'm driving around, either on a road test or I had to go to this shop that did alignments for us, and I see a Mac tool guy. So I stopped and I met the guy and I said, "Hey, is there any possibility you could stop at our shop?" "Oh, yeah, I'll stop." Never saw him. Called Mac Tools. "Can you get a guy to stop at our shop?" "Oh, yeah, no problem." Nobody ever shows up. Okay. So I moved out of New York. I moved to North Carolina. And we were right on the border of South Carolina. I worked at a shop temporarily before I started this channel. I was there for 3 months. It was a used car dealer, and he had literally just opened up within a year prior. And he had a 6-bay shop, but he had nobody in the shop. It was basically a shop for his cars, his used cars that he was working on. The ones that he would sell, so he would work on them in his shop. And he did all his own work. So, but he hired me on. I only worked there 3 months. It wasn't the place for me. But literally, a shared driveway that we had was with a Nissan dealer next door. But there was no tool guys that ever showed up at our place. So I happened to see the Snap-on tool guy over at the Nissan dealer. So I walk over there and I met the guy, introduced myself, and him and I are actually friendly. We still talk to each other now, even though I haven't seen him in over 2 years. Every once in a while we'll text each other. So I saw him and I said, "Hey, I'm over here. Can you stop over here?" "Oh, yeah, man, no problem. Sure enough, he shows up. And he was there every week. So I saw a Mac tool guy over there. I said, "Hey, I'm over at the used car place. Can you stop over?" "Oh, yeah, no problem." Never saw him. Never showed up. Okay, great. So then, from there, I went to a transmission shop, and it was a warehouse row type of repair place. Meaning there was like 6 garages, and one of them did welding, one of them did boat repair, one of them was just a guy's personal repair shop for himself. He actually used to restore Mercedes-Benz, and I actually think I made a video showing the inside of that shop with all the old Mercedes in there. But the first shop, he actually had the first 2 garages. He was a body shop. So the Mac tool guy would actually stop there on the corner of the building. So I told him, I said, "Hey, because you couldn't see outside the building the way the design of the shop was. Like I said, it was a warehouse row. So once you were in the warehouse, you couldn't see anything but out the door, which is directly in front of you. So you couldn't see to the side. So I never knew if the guy was there. I said, "Hey, can you just walk on over, let me know you're here? This way, I can come up on a truck." Yeah, no problem." He couldn't walk the 100 feet over to us to try to get sales. Here I am asking you to come over. Wouldn't do it. Okay. So then I went to Moe, and that shop was where I started this channel. So after that, I went to Joe and Moe's. And at Joe and Moe's, I used to see, because there was actually a Chrysler dealership across the street. And I used to see a Mac tool truck pull into the Chrysler dealer. So one day I followed the Mac tool guy, into the Chrysler dealer. And I said, "Hey man, can you stop next door? I got Mac stuff I need to service or whatever, and I need to buy some stuff, and Oh, yeah. No problem. Same thing I always hear. Nope. Nobody shows up. Never showed up. I saw him one day at the parts store. I said, can't you stop by the shop? He goes, well, you're only one guy. How many sales am I going to get out of one guy? Really? Really? That's what you're going with? So now that I'm over at Milex there in Durham, I called Mac Tools several times. I said, hey, can you get a tool guy to stop here? Nobody ever showed up. It's been 2 years now. So nobody ever showed up. But then sure enough, just the other day, well, it wasn't the other day, it was the beginning of July, Mac Tool guy shows up. Oh, wow, check this out. So, he says to Rick and he says to Jaden and to myself, and he's like, hey, why don't you come out on a truck, and I got some deals on this and I got some deals on that. Oh, really? Okay. I can't tell if this guy's got his blinker on. I said, really? Okay. I said, well, I'm not going to come out on your truck until you've come here 3 times in a row. And he's like, excuse me? I said, I'd like to see that you actually show up 3 times in a row. I said, and then I explained to him what happened. I said, so I have a sour taste in my mouth from Mac Tools. I said, nothing against you. I said, but I'd like to make sure that you're going to keep coming here before I start spending my money with you. Oh, okay. No, he goes, I'm going to be here every week. That was the beginning of July. It was the first, I want to say it was like within the first 4 days of July. Never came back. And here's the funny thing. Jaden bought tools from him, and Rick bought tools from him. Hello? You can't stop by? I don't get it. I just do not understand it. So I can 100% guarantee, you're complaining that you're not making any sales, but I can 100% guarantee you're going to make no sales if you don't show up. I don't know. It's like a business ethic that's like missing. But I think I started to mention, I've actually, any Mac Tools that I have, I have a few left, but as they break, they just go in the garbage and I replace them with Snap-on. Or I replace them with Icon. Either or. If the Snap-on truck happens to have it, I'll buy it there. Because some things Icon just doesn't have. So, but anyway, that's it. Just thought I'd share that with you. All right, guys. Hopefully you're getting something out of my videos. If you are, hit that like button. If you could, please subscribe. All right, have a great day. Keep wrenching.